Hello students, welcome to the online session of data analytics using R. In previous session, we have studied subset function in R by using which we can select or filter data from data frame as per our requirement. We have also studied how to reshape data frame by using merge and join function. In today's session, we are going to study some more functions of data frame by using which we can format data in data frame, or we can perform formatting of data frame. So first we'll see how to change column names in data frame. So here I have one data frame called employee. This employee data frame consists of 5 columns: employee ID, employee name, city, mobile numbers and salary. So now we'll see some functions by using which we can change names of columns in data frame. So call names function is there, call names. By using this call names function, we can either change the name of single column in data frame, or we can change the names of more than one columns of data frame. So first we'll see how to change the name of single column in a data frame by using call names function. So first write down the name of function, that is call names. Then in bracket write down the name of data frame, that is employee. And then in square bracket specify the index of column that you want to rename. So here I want to rename first column, so I am giving index first. So now my column name is EID, so I want to rename it, I want to replace it with EMPID name. Okay, so this is a simple syntax. Now let's verify the result. Employee, see, column name is changed. The previous column name was EID. After executing this instruction, our new column name is EMPID. So by using call names function, by passing the name of data frame as a parameter to call name function, and then by specifying the index of column that you want to rename, you can rename a single column name by using call names function. Now we'll see how to change the name of more than one columns by using call names function. So here write down the name of function, that is call names. Then write down the name of data frame employee. After that in square bracket specify the column range that you want to change. So here I want to change the name of second column and third column. So I am writing that range 2:3. Okay, I want to change the name of these two columns. So and assign new names. C of ename, instead of ename I want emp name, and instead of ct I want emp ct as a new names of column. Let's verify the result. See, ename is replaced with emp name and ct is replaced with emp ct. So this is how we can change, we can rename more than one columns by using this given syntax and by using call names function. After that we'll see how to change the names of all columns, how to rename all columns by using call names function. So here write down call names function, after that name of data frame, and now there is no need to specify the index of column, because here we are not changing the name of any specific column, but we want to change the names of all the columns, so there is no need to specify the column index. Okay, just specify the name of all columns, the new names that you want to assign to the existing columns. So now instead of EMPID I am giving new name, that is EMPNO. Okay, instead of EMP name I am giving new name, that is employee name. So this is my new name. Instead of EMP city, I am giving city only, my previous column name. Instead of move, I am giving new name, that is mobile. And instead of salary, here let's give EMP sal. This is my new name. Now verify the result. Employee. See, all names of all the columns are replaced with the new list of column names. Okay. So this is how, by using call names function, we can either rename a single column, we can rename more than one column by giving index position, or else without giving index position or index of any column, we can rename all the columns of existing data frame. So this is call names function. Again, we have another function called names. Instead of call names function, you can use names function. The purpose of function is same, that is to change the name of existing column, and the syntax is, instead of call names, use names function. It receives one parameter, that is the name of data frame. Again, you can give index of column that you want to change. Now I want to change the name of first column, that is EMPNO, and I am replacing it with EMP ID. Okay. See, we are working with same data frame and we are changing the name of columns of same data frame by using different functions. Okay. Now let's verify the result. See, EMPNO is replaced with EMP ID. So this is how, instead of call names function, we can use names function to change or to rename the column of any data frame. Again, we have another function called set names. Set names function is also used to change the names of all columns in a data frame. So now we'll just see the syntax of set names. So employee, first write down the name of data frame, that is employee. After that, write down name of function, that is set names. Here in set names function, N is capital. Remember, R is a data sensitive language, that's why you need to be careful while writing the function name. So set names, it receives one parameter, that is the name, first parameter, that is the name of your data frame, and next parameter is the list of new column names. Okay, here by using set names function, we can change the names of all columns. Okay, so here I am changing these names. I am just telling you the syntax to change the names by using set names function. So EMPNO. After that, instead of employee name, I am giving new name, that is EMP name. Instead of city, I am giving new name, that is EMP city. Instead of mobile, let's rename it to contact, and then EMP sal is salary. So this is a list of new names by using set names function. Let's verify the result. See, all the columns are renamed: EMPNO, EMP name, EMP city, contact, and salary. Previously, our values were EMP city, employee name, city, mobile, and EMP sal. So all these column names are replaced with the new list by using set names function. So by using call names function, names function, or set names function, we can rename names of columns in the existing data frame. Now we'll see how to use select function to delete column from the data frame. Okay, see, we have already seen how to drop column from the data frame by using null value. Like if I want to delete any column, if I want to delete salary column from the employee data frame, then I can simply assign null value to that salary column. Okay, so we have already studied this syntax to delete column from the data frame by using null value. Now we are going to study how to delete how to use select function to delete any column from the data frame. Okay, so before using this select function, we need to install dplyr library, dplyr. We need to install dplyr library. So how to install this library? Just write down name library, write down function library, and in brackets specify the name of library that we want to install. See, we have studied this dplyr library, or we have installed this dplyr library for join functions also. Okay, so this library is installed now. Now we can execute select function. So here, if we want to delete any column, suppose employee, I want to delete CT column, that is EMP CT column from the data frame. So syntax is, first write down the name of data frame, that is employee, equal to write down the name of function, that is select. This select function receives one parameter, name of our data frame, that is employee, and then negative name of the column that you want to delete, that is minus EMPCT. Okay, I want to delete EMPCT, so I need to prefix negative sign or minus sign for that EMPCT column. Okay, so this is the syntax for deleting column by using select function. So EMPCT column is deleted. So whenever we want to delete any column from any data frame by using select function, we need to assign negative name, or we need to prefix minus sign to that column that we want to delete. Okay, so by just now we have seen how to delete single column from the data frame by using select function. Now we'll see how to delete multiple columns from the data frame by using select function. So employee is the data frame name, equal to select. First parameter is the name of data frame, and now if we want to delete multiple columns, we need to combine those columns together by using C function. So here, suppose I am deleting contact. If I want to delete contact, then in C in bracket minus contact and then minus salary. Okay, so by using this syntax, we can delete multiple columns from the data frame. So before deleting that all these columns from the data frame, I am copying this data frame to new data frame, that is employee 1 equals to employee, so that our data will be as it is. So employee 1, this is a data frame. Now I am deleting multiple columns from the employee data frame by using select function. Employee, this is first parameter, second is minus, suppose I am deleting contact number, contact, and I am deleting salary. Let's verify the result. See, contact and salary, these two columns are deleted from the employee data frame. Now our employee data frame consists of only two columns, employee NO and employee name, that is EMP name. Okay, so this is how select function can be used to delete column from the data frame. So if we want to delete or drop column from the data frame, we can either assign null value to that column or else we can use select function. Now we'll see the use of sort, order and rank function. So sort, order and rank, all these three functions are used to sort data in any vector or in any matrix. Okay, and if we want to sort data frame, then we can go for order function. So first we'll see how to sort or how to use these functions to sort any vector. So here I am creating one number vector, number equals to C of suppose 54, 23, 1, 89, 10. Okay, so this is my vector number. Number vector consists of 5 values. Now we'll see how to use sort function to sort the value or data of this number vector. So simply write sort function and in bracket write down the name of vector that you want to sort. See, your vector is sorting. So sort function is actually used to sort data value. It is used to arrange data values either in ascending order or in descending order. Okay, so here the default order is ascending. If you want to sort data if you want to sort vector in descending order, then use parameter decreasing equal to true. It will give you descending order of data in that particular vector. Okay, now we'll see what is the use of rank function. So rank function returns ranking position of each element. Let's see, our original vector is number vector. Number vector consists of data 54, 23, 1, 89, 10. So this is the sequence of our number sequence of data values in number vector. Now let's execute rank function on this vector. So rank of number, what is the output? Output is 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. Okay, it means that 54 is the fourth 54 will be the fourth number if we sort this data this vector in ascending order. Okay, let's verify this. See, sort number, what is our sorted vector? 1, 10, 23, 54, 89. Okay, now verify the output of rank function. What is the output of rank function? 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. And what is our original vector? 54, 23, 1, 89, 10. So this rank function is used to give you the ranking position of your data value in a vector. That is, in number vector, your first data value is 54, and in rank function your first value is 4. That is, if we sort this number vector in ascending order, then this 54 number will be at 4th position. Okay, similarly, if we sort this data this vector in ascending order, then this 23 number will be at 3rd position, that is this 23. Okay, so 1 will be at 1st position. See, 1 is at 1st position. 89 will be at 5th position. See, 89 is at 5th position. And 10 will be at 2nd position. So 10 is at 2nd position. So rank function is used to give you the ranking position of values in your vector. Now what is order function? Order of number. See, what is order of number? 3. What is the output? 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. So order function is used to give you the position of your numbers. Okay, let's see. What is your original vector? Number 54, 23, 1, 89, 10. And what is the output of order function? 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Okay, now 3 means if you want to sort vector, okay, if you want to sort this number vector, then you need to keep 3rd number at 1st position. See, it is used to give you the position of number that you want to exchange. Okay, so here what is the third number of vector? That is 1. So order function is used to give you the order of numbers, the order in which you need to arrange your numbers to sort your vector. So this order function is telling us that if you want to sort number vector, then you need to keep third number at first position, means this one, third number at first position. After that you need to keep fifth number at second position, that is 10 at second position. Then you will have to keep second number at third position, that is 23 will be at the third position. Okay, let's verify. Sort number. See, 1, 10, 23, 54, 89, and your original vector is 54, 23, 1, 89, 10. Okay, so as per our output of order function, we have sorted this number, that is third number 1 is at first position, fifth number that is 10 is at second position, second number that is 23 is at third position, first number 54 is at fourth position, and fourth number, okay, that is 89 is at last position. Okay, so this is how order, rank and sort function can be used with vector to check the positions to sort the vector. Okay, now we'll see how to sort data frame by using order function. See, I have one data frame called employee or employee 1. So employee 1 data frame consists of 4 columns: employee number, employee name, contact and salary. Okay, now if we try to sort this data frame by using sort function, suppose I want to sort employee data frame as per the ascending order of salary column. Okay, so my syntax will be like this: sort in bracket employee dollar salary, then employee $1 salary. So it will give you only the values of salary column. Okay, but we don't want this type of output. We want to sort entire data frame. We want to sort all the columns of data frame. So we cannot use sort function to sort all the columns, because sort function is mainly used to sort values of vector only. Okay, if we want to sort data frame by using any column, we need to use order function. So now we'll see how to sort data frame by using order function. So syntax is: first write down the name of data frame, then in square bracket write down the name of function, that is order, then in angular bracket write down the name of column by using which you want to sort your data frame. So here first I have written the name of data frame that I want to sort, then name of function, that is order, then name of column by using which I want to sort my data frame. So employee name of data frame is employee 1, employee $1 salary. Okay, then comma and then square bracket complete. Now why this comma? Because we already know that first index is for row and second index is for column. So we want to sort all the columns. Okay, that's why this column index is empty. Okay, and we want to sort all the rows by using salary column, ascending order of salary column. That's why we are specifying employee $1 salary, this condition at the place of row index. Okay, see, your employee data frame is sorted as per the ascending order of salary column. Okay, 2, 3, 4 and 1, employee number 2, 3, 4 and 1. Now if you want to sort it in decreasing order, Then see, use same syntax. Employee 1 order function employee dollar salary, in that angular bracket only write down decreasing equals to true. I want to sort it in decreasing order. Okay, here comma. See. Our data frame is sorted in decreasing order. 5000, 3000, 2000 and 1000. Okay, so this is how order function can be used to sort data frame. You can use any column name here. If you want to sort it by using employee name column, then you can sort it by using employee name. So this is all about our today's session. In today's session, we have studied how to change column names of any data frame by using call names, set names and names function. After that, we have studied how to use select function to delete column from the data frame, and how to use order, sort and rank function on vector and on data frame. So this is all about our today's session. Thank you.